So today I'd like to introduce you to Gosia Gorna, who I first met actually about 25 years ago.
I'm afraid so, yeah.
Yes, she still looks exactly the same, and I don't look quite the same. But we've been working together on and off for at least 25 years. So over to you, Gosia. Just explain exactly what it is that you've been doing all this time.
Right, well, I am a combination of a coach, therapist, and an intuitive healer, you could actually say. But essentially I help people to turn their biggest fears into the biggest successes and to do what they came here to do with confidence.
Yeah, fantastic. Because I think one of the things that people don't recognise is that you can spend all this time working on your physical body and what food you put in it and all the rest of it. But it's equally as important to deal with the emotional baggage that you've been carrying, sometimes from your childhood, from relationship breakups, all sorts of things. And people don't really know how best to go about getting rid of it. And that's what Gosia has developed.
Yes, in fact, the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing is because I started as a macrobiota cook. This is how we met,
That's
right?
How we met.
All these years.
None of my friends would come to dinner because Gosia was cooking.
Yes, but actually I believe that if you eat well, then you can heal. And when my first client died, because she couldn't forgive her mother, I decided to research this more, and I decided that there must be more, and specifically for her it was anger and resentment and bitterness. But for many people it's shock, and for others it's actually fear, simply fear, never feeling safe. So what I'm doing is I'm helping people first to strip away the fear and live more courageously and more peacefully and in a more relaxed way.
And Gosia's written a book which has just come out actually called The Expansion Game, which explains in great detail the sort of things that she's done, the people that she's worked with, and it's a really fascinating book. But again, about fear. I mean, fear of not being good enough, fear of all sorts of fears that we're all run by, and many people bury them, they push them right down. But actually the way to heal is to look very closely at them and let them go. And that's what the expansion game talks about.
You know what was actually quite interesting is that many of us, we actually know what we're afraid of, but many of us also we don't know what we're afraid of, but how do you spot it? Okay, procrastination, avoiding, giving yourself a long-winded stories. Well, I can't do this because my cat just died, or whatever. My husband this, and my child has got a runny nose, and all this sort of long-winded stories. Putting yourself down, minimizing your importance, retreating, wanting to hide. It's a form of fear, right? No, John can do this. I think he's much better than me. But one of the signs of fear that I often have to deal with my clients is it's a lack of boundaries. Okay, lack of boundaries. So people actually say something. Listen, could you do this? And could you do this for me? Yes. And you say yes, of course I will, right?
And we're all brought up to be good girls, aren't we? And to be helpful and kind and nice.
And you keep on saying yes.
And you never protect yourself.
No, and you burn out. Yeah, you get resentful. Then you're angry and grumpy with your children, with your husband, with your mates, and it actually turns against yourself, right? All these emotions. So in those moments when you actually are grumpy, sad, you actually may be scared, but you don't know that. So procrastination, long-winded stories, minimizing your importance, always saying yes, which is actually hiding fear of being rejected.
Yes.
And people thinking that you're not the best thing, not the best person, not good enough. So all those fears. So basically the solution is to turn your biggest fears, once you actually decide what they are, is to turn them into your biggest successes. Because I've discovered many years ago that behind your biggest fears, your biggest success is always waiting for you. So you see, I was scared of public speaking. I dealt with it, and it opened up incredible new opportunities for me. Then for years I was scared of writing this book. I actually have written it, and then I put it on the shelf, right? And people said, why don't you actually publish it? And I said, oh well, and I went into those long-winded stories, right?
And then caught yourself and
but
identified
someone
the
said,
fears.
you bloody do this exercise on yourself. And I realized that I'm selfish by not sharing all this amazing knowledge with others. And so if you are actually scared, you are selfish too. You're not sharing your greatness with people. So stop being selfish. I've stopped being selfish.
And read the book. Anyway.
Well, read the book, but essentially do what you came here to do with confidence, and that's what
And
we
Gosia
really...
will show you how.
Yes, I will absolutely show you how. Yes.
Thank you very much indeed, Gosia.